Ladies and gentlemen, I want to give a quick but not so quick shout out to Econic Cycles. Now in the last video I went to shout them out, but I never went into the details of why, due to the fact that not only was the video long enough, I didn't want to waste too much more time, but that video was mainly about the new controller and will the new controller get rid of that phase current overflow error. But in this video, I just want to shout them out one more time. Not only are they a good little company based in Kentucky, so anything you order from them will come to them, they test it for you, and they ship it out to you. So you would have to worry a little less about the fact of getting sent a dud like I keep getting sent from AliExpress. But the main reason I want to shout them out is the help that they gave me to get my new controller. If you've seen the second video I did diagnosing the problem between the motor and the controller, you would know at the end of the video I talked about how I was trying to get the new controller that was on sale. Well, I eventually did that, seeing that I had the controller, but they ended up canceling the order. Reason being is my account had an old number that I don't have, forgot to update that. They sent me an email, but it went to spam. So when I asked why they canceled the order, pretty much we got everything sorted, but the order was already canceled, money was already refunded, so I had to wait to get the money back. Since some people like to somehow miss the encoder words in the big description and think they're getting a Hall controller and get mad when they get an encoder controller, and because I still wanted to buy it and get the deal, not only did he hold the controller for me so no one else can buy it, he kept the deal going for a week so we could make sure the money would get back in time and get the controller with the deal. So one more time, I gotta give a quick shout out to Econic Cycles for helping me out, sorting me out, and making sure I can still get the controller with no hiccups. And as I learned the far driver controller just a little bit more, I can kind of see myself using it for a lot of my future builds, if possibly not all my future builds. So with that being said, I know exactly where I'm gonna get my controllers from. So now that I think I said everything I wanted to say, I think it's about time we get back on the road and have some fun with the bobber and its new controller. But honestly, I don't wanna do that yet, at least while there's still no water cooling hooked up. So let's sort that out.
Now, before I can just jump straight into cutting up some new tubes, getting the old ones off, and setting up the loop with the new controller, I must remember that this new controller has a built-in water block. Unlike my old air-cooled controller where I glued on some water block at the bottom, it's not going to be able to loop under the controller box. This time around, I'm going to have to cut a decent chunk out of this panel so I can access where the barbs need to thread into, so I can actually get this water cooling going. And obviously doing that, I'm gonna scratch up my paint a little bit. So I thought, you know what, let me go ahead and give this a light coat of paint so it can look nice and clean again. But now that we have the big old spot cut out of our panel here to fit around the barbs just fine, now we can start removing these old tubes, slapping some new ones on, and making sure we have no leaks anywhere, especially under the controller where this plate seems to separate.
Jeez. So I got these in here. Hopefully the way they're kind of squeezing on won't cause any leaks. Hopefully that's keeping it sealed actually. But let's cut out some tube. Start off by sticking it onto here. Just a little bit, just enough. You know, nothing too long. Still want to keep everything nice, neat, and clean. I'm gonna cut a little bit more. It'll pop out a little, but that's not bad. I'm gonna slide this piece of garbage back on. I hate these things, mainly because they're flatheads, but that's what I had on here, so I'm gonna use it. Start off by throwing some liquid in. Throw a decent bit of liquid in there. Why is the bottom leaking? God damn, I'm stupid, y'all. I forgot this is the way I mainly drain all of it out, and I never tightened it back up. There we go. Okay, I had to lean it over, fill it up for the liquid to start properly going through. So sadly, I think I'm gonna have to give this a good amount of coolant to know if it's gonna flow good, which means if it starts leaking, I'm gonna lose a lot of it. Let's turn it back on. As you can hear, it's sucking up the liquid now. Oh wait, it's flowing through already. That was fast. Jeez, this is flowing really fast, really well. I think these bigger tubes are allowing a better, which obviously wouldn't be surprising, going from big tubes down to small tubes, back up to big tubes. The big tubes are allowing for a stronger water flow, which I would assume should be better because the liquid is getting cross faster instead of so slow. Therefore, it's not going to be sitting in a hot place for too long, allowing it to cycle through cool air good. I put a decent amount of sealant in between the cracks here, so I think we're good. So now that coolant is going and we know it's not leaking, I don't see a drip of liquid. Y'all see any coolant leaking? It's now time to get this tube from right here to down there. Easy reach. See if opening the panel can be easy with it right there. Yep. But let's get these panels back on finally so my inner parts can stop collecting dust.
So the panels are now on, making the bike look finished, complete, and clean again. And I had 2 leaking points, which always used to have leaking problems, but I guess they're back. So I put some grease on them to fix that issue. Problem is...
What the hell? Where's it leaking from now?
I think I got a new leaking point, so I'm gonna need a little more grease. But with all this being done, we finally got a proper working controller and a proper working bike. No more goofy glued on heat sinks. No more panels pushing down on those heat sinks, making me have to constantly put them back on over and over again, which only happened twice. But we have full cooling, not selective cooling with very skinny blocks that are only covering so much surface. So with that being said, we did all those tests with no water cooling, and I could say the controller will still stay fairly cool. And 60 is a little warm, but if I'm correct, this controller can get as hot as 100°C. But that shouldn't matter because we should have much better temps now that it is water cooled. Well, I'm actually not 100% sure of that, so there's only one way to find out.
Alright, so we're not on a full charge here. I'm at 108 volts apparently. I don't really have a destination, so I'm probably just going to do a loop again in my area. I might go a tad bit further down that new road they opened up. It's a nice road. And take a nice right to a spot. I haven't been in a minute. Actually, it hasn't been that long. I went there with Simply Nate. I'm going to have this app up for temperatures, voltage, but I'm so confident, I'm pulling the speed app back up. Now I'm going to say it one more time for y'all. In this video, I don't want to go too far. I don't really have a destination, so I'm just going to do my loop. Because this video is kind of just simple. It's pretty much a I'm back again video. Obviously, I haven't disappeared on the content or nothing. I only didn't upload for 1 week. But I just haven't been able to produce the content that I've been wanting to produce for y'all. And today's video, it's a simple one because I'm in the mix of a few things right now. So I'm quite busy. I've been quite busy for the last few weeks, even after this fix. Obviously, I had to get these tubes on, but I'm busy with something else. Woo, you gonna stop? Man, I goddamn hate you drivers. But this video, I just want to be simple, man, because we're back at it. And I just want to play around with the power a little bit, just a little bit. Yeah, we're only at gear 1 right now. Hitting 60 easily. Up a hill, look at that. Full pin. I've done 71 in gear 1 before with the old controller, so I think we still got it. And not only that, I kind of want to make this video a slight temp test. Now the problem is, because like I said, I don't know if the temps are going to actually be better. They may be worse. That turn's going to be a little dangerous. I'm going to have to slow down on that. Problem with it being a temp test, not a major problem, but the small problem is just a few weeks ago, or 1 or 2 weeks ago, when I was doing the testing, it was like 101 to 104. It's probably like 85, 81 degrees right now. So the temps are a lot cooler out here. The sun's blazing, but as I'm driving, this is some very nice feeling breeze. So this controller's not going to get as hot as it usually would, but fuck it, we're out here. I can flip it in gear 2 and I can still hit it a little. Same with gear 3. So seriously scary power, and I'm still like, I'm never even half throttle. But we're back again. It feels great to be out, and like I said in the last video, there's a few things happening in the background that should start coming up real soon. And I can't wait. I cannot wait. small fixes too, like I mentioned in the last video. As y'all can see, got my cool little speaker over here. It's wobbling because I think I need to tighten the screw on it. But in my group ride, y'all would know I had it right here. I hated it. I hated it being right there. It was so ugly. Not only was it ugly, it was just in my face, blocking my vision. These handlebars are already quite tall. Having it down here, like I said, I did leave earlier this morning. I can still hear my music good, and it looks way better down here. It's not in my face. I gotta say, it feels so great to be out here and not worry about a problem. Not have this anxiety more. Range anxiety has been gone. Because my old bobber, I would have range anxiety at the group rides. They'd be driving for a long time. I'd be wanting to stick around, but I gotta think about how far or how long we've been driving for. I gotta then think about how far away am I from home. Am I gonna be able to make it home? And it sucked because I barely ever played with the power with the old bobber at the group rides. Not that the group rides lately have been slower paced, and I think that's because a lot of bad driving's been going on and crashing. But sometimes you got some empty space, you just fuck around a little bit. There will be those times they hit some acceleration and I never can keep up because I don't want to lose too much battery. And with this bike, the first and then last group ride I did on it, I didn't want to hit it no more because of phase current overflow. I had to dangerously hit the shoulder of the road. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. With all those bikes behind me, all the traffic, because of this damn error that happened in gear 1. So to just be on this bike and just be carefree. This is the road I was on where I did 96. Well, I went this way. This road was too rough. That's gonna take so long for me to get used to the power of this bike, I swear. Why is there so much dead pigeons? Yeah, there was like 3 or 4 dead, there was 3 dead pigeons on the road, on my road. 1 dead pigeon, it died in front of our house. And now there's a dead pigeon right here. What's going on with these pigeons? Guess everybody in America is struggling, huh? Woo! Maybe some throttling. I'm at 106 volts. Oh shit, this person's waiting for me. And I'm driving all slow. Wow! Now don't get me wrong. It is nice weather out here, but I should absolutely be seeing more heat, right? So I showed a clip where I was talking about how I did the up and down my road, and then the second clip where I was doing the mid-range torque. I showed the clip where it was a bit cloudy, and that clip, I'm pretty sure it was about as cool as it is right now because of the clouds. And my controller still got up to 40, 50, I think it may even hit 55C. I don't remember if it hit 60 that day, but it got hot, it got warm quick. We're still chilling at 32C. When I turned the bike on, we were at 33C. When I turned the coolant on, it set it down to 32. That is some excellent cooling. I haven't really used power, but even in gear 1, accelerating up and down my street, it would get hot. So what I could do for proper testing, a temp comparison to see if water cooling is actually working, is at every red light, when it turns green, I'm gonna just hit it. Shit, I can hit it right now. And this is only gear 1. I want to slow down. I want to make sure these people don't drive abruptly into me. It should be good. Whee! I'm going to cut right in front because we're about to turn. 34, that's all we got. And it went right back down to 33. That's hilarious. Well, I think that shows how good cooling is. It tried to warm up and it went right back down. Right back down to 32. It went from 34 quickly down to 33, and now it's back down to 32. So that's excellent. Now again, it's not that hot out here. It's actually real cool right now. This breeze feels good. So obviously my radiator is catching all this beautiful breeze. But honestly, 60C isn't too much for this controller. I think the controller could do up to 100. And if 60C is all I got during all that testing, I think this controller will be just fine next summer. But look at me, man. I'm just chilling. No care in the world. Just going, just driving. No issues, no problems. At least that's what I would hope. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I still do got a tad bit of anxiety because that shit has been haunting me for 4 months. I don't really have a problem with the phase current overflow. I just want to make sure there's no other errors. But I did seven days of testing, a whole week. I think if it was still a problem, it would have been popped up during that week. I've never been on this road now that I think about it. I've never been on this road on this bike. This is the first time. Somebody likes it, he was staring hard. Like, I don't hear motorcycle noises. I need to start bringing a little, say like a little tool bag on this bike. So if anything get a little loose or anything, any problems, I got some tools on the go. Look at that thing. I'm scared it's gonna fall off. Oh, I would hate to drive my old Expedition between these cones. This shit narrow. I feel like I'm gonna hit a cone like crazy. Unless there's somewhere I can turn. Right here it looks like. Yeah. Probably take some pictures in the lot. Probably right there actually. That's a good spot. Alright. I'm gonna stop it right here, y'all. I don't have the extra battery in my GoPro, so that's dying. That thing's going loose, so I need to head back anyways. But man, I'm gonna say it one more time. We're back again. Alright, we're back again. I'm not expecting any more problems. If anything, with this being fixed, there's a little bit of key things I need to fix on this bike. One main thing, actually, I think it's only one thing. I may need to get a new rotor, but it can finally get done. So I'm gonna say it now. Hope y'all enjoyed this. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more, especially if you want to see more from this bike, and stay tuned for more if you want to see more e-bikes, because it is, and I do e-bikes, and I do projects when I can. So I'm gonna say it one more time. It has been like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button to get electrified with the rest of the people. Become electric with the rest of the people. Me, I'm out. Peace.